actually doing a podcast. We're not really an expert on this thing, but we still want to give a reaction on what happened at that concert, Astroworld, where 8 people dead and a 9-year-old is in a coma and hundreds of people injured. That's Travis Scott. Well, mostly it's his concert.
And
is it mostly his concert or like?
yeah, he was the headliner.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's people before him, he was the finishing act, and his camp was the one partnering up with this whole festival. And we also want to send our condolences out to those who were affected by this concert. We're sorry to the families, the people there, to just the whole people affected by this. And yeah, so we're just gonna give an intro into what happened.
By the way, my name is Joe Banky, and I'm with Mr. Enlightened One,
AKA Nathan. Follow me at the Enlightened One. But
I'll put the link on the description later, so you can check his other videos.
yeah, thank you.
So I usually do celebrity videos, but I just thought I'll go up my usual route and tackle this one because we both love hip hop, we both love rap, and we kind of follow Travis Scott songs. You know, we listen to every hip hop, every rap song, and
that may change in the next coming days depending on what happens. I know for one that I'm not a big fan of him, but I'm not someone who's going to be listening to him anytime soon. Basically over the weekend there was a festival, and it got out of hand, and there was something called a crowd surge where it's pretty much 50,000 people rushed inward to the stadium, and people tried pushing back, and it created just like a mess, you know, people getting suffocated, people getting trampled on. It led to a lot of injuries, and
that could have been avoided. You know, the crowd surge happened when there's like no space at all and too many people in like an enclosure.
Yeah.
So that usually happens when people push each other, and the one in front also pushed backwards. So
and
the one in the middle will suffer more, but the one that's really get injured are the one in front or the one in the back.
Yeah, and we saw this on a lot of videos on TikTok. A lot of them went viral, showing just how cramped it was. There was every video showed just a cluster of people on the floor, people trying to climb up, and it was just understaffed, and the security was very, very.
They were not trained properly for this event. They were, from what I heard, from what I was like watching in the news, that they didn't get their proper training for this.
Yeah, like they were just rushing the hiring process. And trying to fill up spaces just to get anyone to cover this.
Just to continue with this concert.
What I find interesting, Joseph, is Travis Scott has been arrested before for inciting violence.
Yeah, why would they still let him do concert?
Yeah.
Why would somebody sponsor somebody like to create chaos? Who like seeing people get injured or like, you know, other stuff. Like, he's known for creating chaos. His brand of, you know, his marketing strategy is chaos. So every time he does the concert, he steers chaos during the concert. He gets the crowd riled up so much that he can tell them to, you know, do riots and hurt each other, crumple each other, and, you know, something like those.
And what's interesting is before this specific concert, the Houston police went up to him and his team and kind of gave him a warning to be mindful of the audience and be mindful not to incite any violence, due to his previous history with inciting violence, and also the fact that there was going to be over 50,000 people attending this, which he didn't follow through. You know, he didn't care. People were shouting at him to stop the concert multiple times. He didn't listen. And then beyond that, there's 2 people that walked the stage to inform him of the tragedy. And
the two heroes that tried to stop the concert.
And instead, what did he do?
Stop the show. Yeah, he still continued with it
for 40 more minutes. So I think he does. I think a lot of blame could be placed on him, despite, you know, hardcore fans and a lot of people are trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's definitely, I think, 60% held responsible for this because, one, he knew what happened. He definitely knew at one point during the show that there was stuff happening. Number 2, you can't deny that he probably heard the people crying out to him. And number three, he's the only one that could stop a concert.
Yeah, he has the power, he has the influence. They will listen to him, and instead, well, he didn't.
And we've seen other concerts stopped by a similar artist to his
Linkin
pedigree.
Park, they stop the concert when they see people are like,
Little,
you know,
Little Pump, NF, to name a few. Miley Cyrus.
And I heard Selena Gomez also.
Yeah, so
Adele.
all these major superstars have stopped concerts for a lot less.
They're responsible. They're really responsible compared to Travis Scott, who could care less.
Yeah, he's literally the face of this concert. The opening to get into this concert, you're walking through a face of an open mouth of Travis Scott. He's the face of this organization.
Imagine this 21-year-old, died from this tragedy. They were there to celebrate their birthday, their life, and now
look at it.
They're gone.
Imagine the families.
Yeah, imagine
they're responsible. There's videos showing a 4-year-old and a 14-year-old who were in this concert, and there was a 9-year-old in this concert too. How did these young people sneak in?
Yeah, how did they get inside?
Like how?
Like there should be like an age limit to this kind of concert.
And there most definitely probably was, but
especially how dangerous this, like a standing only concert.
Yeah,
that's really.
There's so many
people never learn until something bad like this happens.
Until something like this happens, and that's why it's trending.
And I hope this is the last one, but history will tell you otherwise, that it will still happen again.
Well, thankfully they canceled the following day, and he's not going to be involved in that. Instead, it's going to be Post Malone, who has.
He shouldn't be allowed to have a concert at all. Not at all, not anymore.
I agree with that.
I would probably #cancel Travis Scott.
So, that's my next question. Do you think he should be canceled due to this?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. See, it's like he's totally, accountability wise.
Yeah.
He should be accountable for all these injuries, this tragedy, all this death. Like minors, 14-year-old, 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Who are the oldest one is 27 years old. That's not even old.
Yeah.
I'm 52 years old. I'm like, oh my God.
Can you imagine if you were there?
Oh.
Can you imagine if you were trying to push people off you and they couldn't get up?
Oh, I'll be dead.
It's tragic, man.
Especially with my knee problem.
Yeah.
Kidding aside, yeah. But.
And then, so based on this cancel culture, so a lot of people are advocating for Travis Scott to be canceled. It's pretty well known that we live in an era where artists could be canceled based on what they do and what
Look at
reputation.
what happened to the baby.
That's true. That I was going to bring that up too. That's a good point. The baby, he said homophobic slurs at one of his concerts, which led him to pretty much being canceled. He's not completely canceled, but a lot of people want the baby canceled based on some of the language he used. Don't you think that casualties, mass injuries is worse than
that?
Slurs?
Yeah.
So I would think if they're gonna treat the baby, if they're gonna give the baby this kind of treatment, they should most definitely give Travis Scott.
Not being insensitive to the LGBTQ community, but compared to their feelings, being hurt, the tragedy from this concert is worse.
Yes,
it's really
100%.
It's really bad.
And what do you think about Travis Scott refunding tickets to everyone who attended the event?
You cannot refund life. Life that was lost, you cannot refund those. And that kid, that 9-year-old kid, he's gonna suffer to a lot of trauma. Hopefully he recovers.
Yeah.
Praying that he recovers. And if he does recover, that refund is not gonna pay for all the damage that he's gonna, he's gonna go through his life.
Trauma,
it's like
PTSD.
He's gonna need a lot of therapy.
Money.
Him and his dad too.
Yeah, money can only buy so much. And what do you think about the 17? As of right now, the 17 lawsuits held against Travis Scott.
Oh, there's more. There's more. It's gonna be more than 17 by this time. By the end of this week.
I would hope so. I would hope so. And all of them are over $1 million at minimum. So we're looking at $17 million potentially.
I know it's rich. He can afford those, but still.
He could definitely afford that. And I think he should lose every one of those lawsuits. Him and Live Nation. Live Nation's also helping.
If he gets away with this, man, Anybody can get away with it now. There's going to be a bad precedent, a bad example.
Yeah, it set precedents for every artist out there. You know,
I can do whatever I want. If he can get away with it, I can get away with it too.
And that's the problem, that when you have a bunch of people idolizing these celebrities to a point where they are gods to them, there's no fault that they could do. And
see, music affects people. Music can influence people. Like depending on what music you're listening. Like I usually listen to love songs, so I'm always in a love mood, especially around my wife. But these people that went to see the concert, they're like in that mood, like whatever song is Travis is playing, like popping pills is all It's like
what kind of message are you conveying?
yeah,
right?
you're encouraging people to do drugs, to do violence.
Yeah, I would say his messages in the songs aren't exactly the best or the most encouraging. I think it's more destructive. It could be viewed as destructive. You know, he does advocate for violence and drugs and just having fun, and it's a party kind of anthem that he shoots for. And that's part of the problem, is we live in a party anthem kind of era where that's all you care about is just music that sounds good, music that makes you hyped, and then you lose track of where you're at and who's under you and who's around you. And I think it's just important to spread awareness to just watching those around you,
Be mindful.
Yeah, be mindful. You live in a community. There's effects to everything you do.
Consequences.
Yeah, there's cause and effects and consequences.
They say it's like what happened here is like a satanic ritual. Those 8 people were sacrificed to this ritual.
So that's the interesting thing. That's actually blowing up on TikTok. There's a lot of theories popping up about this being like a mass casualty planned event, kind of like a I guess you could say a satanic ritual, like you were saying. Did you see the aerial view of of what the stage looked like?
Yeah,
It was
like a wormhole or something like
yeah, a upside down cross leading to like this portal. I don't know what I believe in, but I do know that it was strange seeing those pictures. And
I saw some picture that shows like on the portal says see you on the other side.
yeah,
What side?
yeah. What side?
Hell?
What side are we talking about,
Are we
Travis?
talking about hell here?
What kind of yeah, like why would you put that message there, And okay, so I don't know if you knew this, but he released 2 songs the day before this festival happened called Escape Plan and Mafia, and the cover art to this is it's like a picture called we're in dystopia, and at the bottom it says every ending is actually a new beginning. So I mean that's like, it's kind of a stretch, but that kind of could connect, saying like every ending is a new beginning. Like what is that leading to? What's the bigger picture behind that? And then this happens right after that. So I just thought that was interesting to note. Did you see any other TikTok videos that were alarming or anything?
Oh, there's this video, like there's this like a black thing, like a shadow thing jumping on the crowd, and people are like assuming it's like the devil himself joining the crowd and to rile up the crowd and make give up some more negative energies.
That kind of adds to the fuel that whatever was in the background, that portal, could have been a gateway to hell or something. I mean, I haven't seen that video yet. That's interesting. I've heard people talk about it, but I haven't yet to see that video. Some of these videos are kind of hard to find, actually, which is weird.
There's a lot of videos on YouTube you can check out on that, that portal,
the video where he's literally looking at a body that is probably dead, being carried by the crowd, and he's just humming at it. Like he's humming. Like his reaction is to hum at a dead body, while people yell, "Stop the show! Stop the show!"
Yeah, he could care less. Like he said, like, "Oh, I cannot see people individually, so I don't know what's going on."
Yeah.
But people are shouting. You can hear them shouting, "Stop the show!" He can hear it.
Oh yeah.
I know he's gonna say in his defense that he wasn't informed of what's going on. He saw the ambulance. Well, all the videos will negate whatever defense he puts up. He's gonna need a very good lawyer in this one.
Yes, I agree with that. And I wouldn't be surprised if he finds a good lawyer. He has too much money.
Oh, some lawyer will take the case. They will. It's gonna be a popular case for them, regardless if he wins or lose. But it will give them name.
Yeah.
That's the responsibility of lawyers. Regardless of your case, they will take your case even if they see you're guilty. They'll gonna try to find ways to lower down the penalty for you, lower down the fine, or lower down jail if there's a jail sentence. Yeah.
Which there could be. It'll take a few weeks to unfold to find out what exactly happens. Maybe even more than that, maybe months. But whatever the outcome is, we hope it's justice for everyone. The last thing I did want to mention is, what do you think about his apology video?
That's not an apology.
Yeah, I mean, he was rubbing his head.
Rubbing his head. It's like, is he for real? Is he really apologizing?
Or is he trying to remember a script? Like, what's really going on in that video?
It's true.
And then the Kardashians and his wife, is it? Kylie Jenner, yeah. They took I guess the initiative to respond to this whole thing. But I don't really know if their opinion really matters. That was kind of interesting seeing them try to chime in. I mean, Kylie kind of makes sense, but Kim Kardashian and, are they trying to save face? Are they more worried about their reputation now? Like, I just think that's also a mess too.
Yes. I hope people learn from this lesson. I hope all these artists learn from this lesson. Money is temporary. Fame is temporary.
Life is temporary.
Life is temporary.
Yeah, we can see that,
Like, I see some people posting comments on YouTube, blaming the crowd, blaming the people that bring their kids into the concert. Regardless of that, all the responsibility is still on
the artist.
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
He could have stopped it. He could have done something about it. At least, like, stop the show. Listen to the crowd. No, they're shouting, stop the show. What do you do? More noise, more noise.
Yeah. Come breach the security,
He was inciting them to violate the law.
Yeah, like, there's a reason this kind of stuff doesn't happen. It's usually well regulated. So blaming the crowd in this instance is just you trying to save face for an artist that is probably gonna be canceled or be just go through a struggle the next couple of years. But we'll see what happens. A lot can happen.
So for now, our thoughts and prayers for the victims and their family, and hope justice is served. That's about it, guys. Don't know what else to say, but
we'll stay tuned. We'll stay tuned to this whole.
We'll see if we can get more podcasts. How this story developed and unfold. And thank you for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for listening. Actually, because I don't think we're gonna put our faces on video.
Thank you for tuning in, though, and we hope you have a great rest of your day, guys.
Take care.
Peace.
Hasta la pista.
Goodbye.
No, hasta la pasta. Bye, guys.
We got through it. Make sure you cut that out.